Hi, this is Tim Brien with Brien's Business Umbrella. I'm a national virtual business advisory firm working mostly in the cloud, located here in Buffalo, New York. I help my clients with strategic back office solutions for their unique needs, and I help them through accounting, payroll, tax planning and tax preparation, as well as bookkeeping and other menu options such as value and strategic pricing, just to name another one. And as I mentioned, if you are a Facebook or LinkedIn follower, I was going to thinking of starting a podcast, which would include business as well as I get it going, and more of a strategy planned. Interviews with also personal items, whatever the guest wanted to speak about. So it'd be a little bit more, have some formality, but also informal as far as what the guest wanted to speak to for the second half of the interview. But the first couple are just going to be informational about me and some of the value that I add for my clients and what I do in my firm, because I work with small business owners, helping them through their growth from startup to maturity and sustain their growth. And I do that by saving them time, money, and stress and aggravation through the platforms that I just mentioned, including controllership as well. And I had been on a podcast, and one of the things that came up is, well, what do I actually offer my clients? And that is simply, or the biggest thing of the three that I just mentioned is time. I feel that time is the most valuable resource, and it's the least accounted for. And I feel it's most valuable because it is a fixed resource. You can get more money by raising your prices, getting new clients, but you cannot get any more time. Everyone has 24 hours to work with, so it's fixed, and that makes it the most valuable, since you can't get any more of it. You have to use what you're allotted and use it wisely. And sometimes when you're trying to do your own bookkeeping, you're not using your time wisely because some are good at it, but still others aren't. They just are winging it or doing it by the seat of their pants, using the Intuit, who makes QuickBooks, advertising as reality, where it says it's easy and quote unquote anyone can do it. And that's simply not the case. You can do it, but since they're using artificial intelligence, if you start off by miscategorizing transactions right off the bat, then you're behind the eight ball from the get-go. And each and every transaction after that will be misclassified. And then you're going to have a mess on your hand. And being in this line of work, I can tell you that cleanup is much more expensive than outsourcing from the get-go and having it done right the first time. And even if you do know how to categorize it properly, it's still taking time out of your schedule. Say you're doing it 2 to 3 to 5 hours a day or a week, even if it's just a week. That's that amount of time that you are not doing anything productive and doing any activities that are bringing money into the firm, such as obviously gaining more clients. That's time you don't have to do that. So it's really a catch-22, and you're always on the losing end by doing your own accounting and items like that. So it digs into the amount of revenue that you could have and opportunities to get in front of more people, which is, you can't even quantify that. That's a huge huge loss in consideration. You can quantify that you saved X amount of dollars by doing it yourself, but the amount of opportunity that you lost is, since you can't put a number on it, that makes it much more important. And that's the value that I add to my clients. One thing that I have coming up that I've done is, as I've said, I work with small business owners, and I've interviewed 15 of them, and I've put a book together that's going to be published in the next couple of weeks called Designing a Better Business, an entrepreneurial guide to navigate from startup to sustained growth, that I'm very excited about and I think will be very helpful in regards to this. And I'll use that to build on the podcast and give some business tips. I'm going to start with the questions that I'm asked most often or emailed, and then go into bits and pieces of the book, and then ask for suggestions. And I'll have, like I mentioned, I intend to have guests as this grows. They won't necessarily all be business owners, but it is a business podcast, so at least half of the time will be spent on business, and the other half, like I said, it'll be guest choice, as long as it's not politics. And we're going to have a little fun and go from there. But again, today's point is a huge one, because like I said, you can't get more time. So the time that you spend doing bookkeeping is time that, in my opinion, watching what small business owners are doing and the mistakes that they make is better spent outsourced, so that you can do your core competencies, and which is actually my tagline is, I do what I do what I love, so that you can do what you love. And it works out good. With the clients I have a great relationship with them, and it's more of a partnership than client vendor, and we both seem to like that. It's worked out well for me so far, and I am growing with as my clients grow. And with that, if you'd like to speak to me on anything as far as this tip about time, or any other business tips, or a strategy call, my number is 716-727-8844. And you can get all the contact information actually, and schedule a call right on my website, which is Brien's Business Umbrella. That's BRIENS Business Umbrella, all lowercase, no punctuation.com. And then again, this has been actually fun. I do intend to add video, but all the podcast platforms I've seen so far is audio. But I know, like if I upload to YouTube, the SEO likes video, so we'll add that on. But like I said, this has been fun, and I intend to grow this and continue it. And again, today's lesson is that you have to account for the time that you're spending on non-core items that you're doing, and spend more time on your core competencies, so that you are not wasting the allotted amount of time that you have during the day to grow your business properly. And with that, I will leave, and our next topic is actually going to be another good one, I feel, is because the question that was posed to me was similar, but what is the biggest mistake that I see small business owners make, as far as when they do their own accounting, what are the mistakes that they're making, and how can it be dealt with. So again, time is very valuable. Use it wisely. And with that, I will sign off. Have a great day.